Take a moment to think of your life now and what you're getting out of it. And you'll probably realize that what you believe to be true about yourself and life in general is what you're currently experiencing. It really can't be any other way. Ask yourself, when I wake up in the morning, do I act like the person I acted like the day before? And do I get the same results each day as I did the day before? Most people answer these questions with a resounding yes. But what if you acted like someone else? And have you ever wondered what it would be like if you had a different personality and a different set of experiences? Is there someone you admire who seems to just naturally captivate others, or effortlessly create success, or dynamic relationships, or have one good thing after another happen to them? And have you ever thought that it's perfectly okay to reinvent yourself and change your personality? We aren't necessarily taught that we can change aspects of ourselves that we don't like, but we can. You can literally claim an entirely new state of being and a new you who has reinvented their life. And in doing so, you create an entirely new reality and a new set of experiences. It takes a little practice to become someone new, but that's what it takes to create a new massive change in your life. Because when you do this, natural law dictates that your reality must match what you embody. When you change your self-image, you will most definitely change your life. I know this with absolute certainty because I've done it myself, going from maid to doctor, and learning how to increase my happiness, abundance, my health, my relationships, my career, and everything in between. Let's talk for a moment about your reflection. When you walk up to a mirror, you see a perfect reflection of yourself. And if you were to comb through your hair, your reflection would do the same. But what if you were to try to comb through the hair on the reflection? What would happen? Well, nothing really. You might look a little silly, because you can't change or alter the reflection without altering you. And this analogy is perfectly aligned with how you begin to reinvent yourself and change your entire life. I've had a lot of people ask me how to do this during my coaching career, and I'm going to plug my new Reinvent Yourself program here because it just launched, and I'm running a pre-launch sale with over 50% off that includes bonuses through the first of the year. I realize not everyone wants or needs a program, and that's perfectly okay. I have tons of techniques and content that's freely available here. But for those of you who have asked for a step-by-step program on how to do this, this is where you're going to learn how to stop trying to change the reflection and go straight to the source of what needs your alteration, your internal self. But back to the self-image. The self-image regulates your entire life. What you accomplish, what you don't accomplish, your relationships, your success, your abundance, how you think, how you act, and what you attract. Your self-image operates automatically. Your brain and nervous system make up what's known as a cybernetic mechanism. I've used this analogy before, but in case you've never heard it, I will outline here how a mechanical cybernetic mechanism works. Think of the thermostat in your home and imagine you have it set to 70 degrees. If someone opens a door or a window and allows outside air in that's either hotter or cooler than 70 degrees, the control center of the thermostat, which is much like your brain and your own cybernetic mechanism, will pick up a deviation from the set program of 70 degrees and then automatically send a message through the electrical system, which is much like your nervous system, to the furnace that signals it that the air conditioning or heat should be turned on. This happens in a fraction of a second, and the air kicks on until the temperature adjusts to the original set program on the thermostat that you or someone else originally set. And this is also how you work. When something deviates outside of your set parameters, your brain and nervous system automatically, within a fraction of a second, put things back into alignment within the set program. This is why traditional types of therapy don't always work for individuals. They may want to change with every fiber of their being, but if they don't make the adjustment properly, the regulating system within them will adjust them and their life right back to where they were. In other words, when they try to make a change, it's the internal program that must be adjusted in order for it to stick. If you change the program on your thermostat from 70 to 75, that would be an example of changing the internal program, and the air would adjust accordingly. Where a person is concerned, they must get into the program of their subconscious mind and change the parameters there so that they automatically readjust to a new set of programs that align with what they truly want. All of our mental programs are housed in the subconscious, and they operate automatically just like the set temperature in the thermostat analogy. But once you make the change there, there's no limit to what you can achieve and experience. So here's an example of how the system works in us. Let's say that a person's internal self-image for their body weight is 175 pounds. This is the mental image that they hold of themselves, and their weight is maintained automatically by the subconscious mind. Their behavior will always match that self-image because it's a program within them. What they eat, their exercise level, and how they feel will be in exact accordance with that mental image and the set program. So here's what happens. One day, a person consciously decides that they want to lose weight, and they go on a diet and they begin to exercise. Then they use their willpower to do it. And that works for them for a little while, and they might see some results. But then what happens? Many people who do this, not all, but many, will quit their new regimen and gain all of their weight back within a very short period of time. And some even gain more. You might have actually known someone who's done this. The same happens with relationships and money, because the self-image keeps the behavior in alignment with the parameters it holds on a subconscious level. For instance, I've had clients who wanted to increase their financial status and can sometimes create more money than they did the month or the year before. And as soon as they start to create better results, their thermostat, so to speak, recognizes the deviation from the existing financial self-image and automatically reverts them back to behaving in alignment and total sync with that self-image, or the mental image that they carry about the type of success and money that they can create. And the same happens where relationships are concerned. If the self-image indicates that a person's unlucky in love or always attracts the wrong type of partner, that's what will continue to happen. But when the self-image is changed to create a new set of parameters, people magically and consistently become lucky in love, money, weight, or anything else that they're trying to achieve. And we often refer to this as the law of attraction, because what we feel on the inside is what we create in our outer experience. So to create a new self-image and therefore a new life, we have to outgrow our old habits and grow into a new pattern. Our individual personalities become comfortable because they are created through habit. In other words, we do it over and over again throughout our lifetime. So to change the self-image, and therefore what you create in outer experience, you have to start creating new habits. Here's a quick way to start creating a new self-image habit. Number 1, redefine who you want to be and write it down. Keep all of the good qualities that you now have, and change anything that you deem to be negative by writing it as a positive. Number 2, read this new definition of yourself back to yourself every day for several weeks. I would even go as far as to say make it 30 to 90 days. Number 3, begin to visualize this new you often. Number 4, talk about yourself in terms as if you were this new you. And number 5, practice this over and over again with consistency until it becomes a habit. The subconscious mind is the power source, and you can use your consciousness to alter the programs it stores. And when you do this, you start to automatically do everything possible to keep consistent with your new self-image without even being aware of it, because it becomes very automatic on a subconscious level, and the results naturally follow.